Happy Monday, everybody. Hope you're doing well. Today is a good day. I'm not in a great mood. I'm suffering. I came to school and I'm doing what's right anyway. And I'm proud of you for doing the same, right? Because we are smart, confident, and successful. And we do have to do it on purpose, right? It doesn't just happen. So I'm proud of you for being here today. And we've got good work to do. This is our prep week. This is our week preparation for our midterm exam. And the great thing about prep week is we actually get to do some of the work for the exam in advance. If you were here last week, you remember that I said there are 4 writings for the midterm exam, and you can do 2 of them in advance. So today we're going to knock out the first one. Tomorrow or Wednesday, I haven't decided. We're going to knock out the second one, and then we will review, we will read, we will practice, so everybody has the best chance of doing well on the test. So keep that in mind. For our affirmations, you want to remember, it's getting to that time, right, where we're tired and we don't feel like working, and you could get mad at yourself. That might work, but what's going to work even better is to be positive on purpose, to have that attitude of, I'm a good person and I'm going to suffer for success. And when you suffer for success, you are building muscle, you're getting stronger. So let's do our positive affirmations. They are so good for us. Say them with me. Do your curls, and they will help you. What are you? I am smart, confident, and successful. Yes, say it even if you don't believe it. How do you feel about getting work done? I love getting work done. Absolutely, me too. And how do you feel about schoolwork? The harder I work, the smarter I become. Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. It's very true. So let's get to work. What are we doing today? Well, it's December the 7th. We will focus on genre characteristics of fiction, and I will do the work now. Don't put it off till tomorrow. Don't put it off till next week. Do it now so you don't have to add another thing to the pile and stress yourself out even more. So I will read, imagine, and listen to form my opinion. We've got a short answer question to do today, using my inferencing riddle skills, and write my answer. And then for our close, well, what does success mean to you? So why is it important to do the work now? Well, besides the fact that you don't have to do it later, this work is extra cool. It'll count 3 different ways. Yep, you heard me right. This thing will count in 3 different ways. So if you take care of it now, you are killing 3 birds with 1 stone, not just 2. So what am I talking about? Well, let's look here, and I'll show you. If you go into week 7, Monday's work, December the 7th, and we're talking about The Stolen Party by Liliana Hecker, and exam prep, SAR 1, and this is what our work is for today. This is our graded assignment. So look what it says here. Do quality work and score at least an 85. You got to do quality work on this assignment, and I will also replace your lowest or a missing daily grade with this grade. So if you do today's work, do good work, I'll replace an old low grade. But also, this is part of our semester exam. So if you do this today, you are doing one of the writings in advance. And of course, you're helping yourself get a good grade on the semester exam. So be sure and do what you're supposed to do so you can be successful. So go ahead and open up your exam prep sheet. Click here or however it is on yours. And open it up. It should look just like this. And I'll give you a moment to do that, or you can pause the video and get that done. And then we'll talk about these things that we're going to help us do well on this test. Okay, so genre characteristics, fiction and poetry. You should remember this from earlier in the 9 weeks. And we talk about the things that they have in common, right? For this, we're going to be focusing on poetry. Tomorrow we'll be for this, we'll focus on fiction. Tomorrow we'll focus on poetry. And you want to think about, of course, fiction has plot, what happens in what order, the characters, the setting where it takes place. There's got to be some kind of conflict, right? And point of view, who's telling the story. Important things for both of them is, of course, imagery, detailed descriptions that create images in people's minds so they can imagine it. Figurative language, lots of figurative language, like metaphors and similes, personification, hyperbole, all those kind of things like that. They're also making commentary, especially when it's narrated, telling us about people and how things are and what their beliefs and opinions are. Rhetorical appeals, they want to persuade you to believe something. Pathos, ethos, and logos. Of course, there's a theme sometime, most of the time, right? What is the message? The message about life, about people. You might have a theme topic like love or hate or revenge, or like we did in our portfolio, redemption and coming of age, right? And then there might be a thematic statement. So if the theme topic is coming of age, then the statement might be growing up is difficult, or when you're young, you don't know a lot. So remember that. And then, of course, symbolism. Something in the story stands for something else. It has a deeper meaning. Usually it's closely related to the theme. And you can figure out the symbolism by thinking about the theme and what happens in the story and using your riddle skills. So we're doing a short answer response at SAR today. You want to remember, and I've changed the wording on this, so it's kind of the same as an essay. You just leave off the connect and close, right? But to answer a short answer, well, answer the question. What do you think? Use your riddle skills. Answer the question using the key words in your answer. Why is that a big deal? What do you think, and why do you think that? Explain the reading and why your answer works. Once again, you're still using your riddle skills here, right? And then what's a good example? Add proof or a quote that show what you say is true. And then how? Well, explain the connection in the quote as needed. So let's read the question first. In The Stolen Party by Liliana Hecker, that's our reading for today. You don't really have to annotate. You don't have to make notes, but be thinking about the theme, literary devices, genre characteristics, and any other notes. And here's our question. Let's read it before we do our reading. Write a paragraph that discusses what the monkey symbolizes, represents in The Stolen Party. Be sure to include 2 pieces of text evidence. How many? How many pieces of text evidence? Yes, you're a good person. Remember, you want to get at least an 85. So this will replace old missing grade, and you'll do a good work for your semester exam. Be sure to explain how the evidence supports the response you have provided. Okay, so what are the key words? The monkey symbolizes. The monkey symbolizes what? What do you think? Use your riddle skills. Why do you think the monkey symbolizes that? There's no right answer, right? It's just what you think. What's a good example? Or in this case, you're going to come up with 2 examples, right? 2 pieces of evidence. And then how? How does it work? Explain the connection in the quote as needed, okay? To get a good grade on this, you're probably going to need to write at least 4 lines of text, at least. So be sure and take your time, go through the steps, answer the question. And remember, there's no right answer to this. Your answer may be different from somebody else's. And that's okay, because it's just your opinion. It's just you using your riddle skills, coming up with an answer that fits, and it'll work. Okay, so let's get The Stolen Party open. Open up your own copy. You can open it up from Monday's work. Click on it here, and that'll give you your own copy. Or if you open it up from here, it'll be a copy that you can view only. You can't do anything else with it. Either way, let's get it open. We'll read the first part together, and then you will finish on your own and answer that short answer question. And do quality work, because you're a good person and you know how to suffer. All right, pause my video until you're ready with the story open. And let's get started. The Stolen Party by Liliana Hecker. As soon as she arrived, she went straight to the kitchen to see if the monkey was there. It was. What a relief. She wouldn't have liked to admit that her mother had been right. Monkeys at a birthday? Her mother had sneered. Get away with you, believing any nonsense you're told. She was cross, but not because of the monkey, the girl thought. It's just because of the party. I don't like you going, she told her. It's a rich people's party. Rich people go to heaven too, said the girl, who studied religion at school. I'm going because I've been invited, and I've been invited because Luciana is my friend. So there. Ah, yes, your friend, her mother grumbled. She paused. Listen, Rosaura, she said at last. That one's not your friend. You know what you are to them. The maid's daughter, that's what. Rosaura blinked hard. She wasn't going to cry. Then she yelled, Shut up! You don't know anything about being friends. Every afternoon, she used to go to Luciana's house, and they would both finish their homework while Rosaura's mother did the cleaning. They had their tea in the kitchen, and they told each other secrets. Rosaura loved everything in the big house, and she also loved the people who lived there. I'm going because it will be the most lovely party in the world, Luciana told me it would. There will be a magician, and he will bring a monkey and everything. The mother swung around to take a good look at her child and pompously put her hands on her hips. Monkeys? At a birthday? She said. Get away with you, believing any nonsense you're told. Rosaura was deeply offended. She thought it unfair of her mother to accuse other people of being liars simply because they were rich. Rosaura wanted to be rich, of course. If one day she managed to live in a beautiful palace, would her mother stop loving her? She felt very sad. She wanted to go to that party more than anything else in the world. I'll die if I don't go, she whispered, almost without moving her lips. And she wasn't sure whether she had been heard, but on the morning of the party, she discovered that her mother had starched her Christmas dress, and in the afternoon, after washing her hair, her mother rinsed it in apple vinegar so that it would be all nice and shiny. Before going out, Rosaura admired herself in the mirror, with her white dress and glossy hair, and thought she looked terribly pretty. Senora Inés also seemed to notice. As soon as she saw her, she said, How lovely you look today, Rosaura. Rosaura gave her starched skirt a slight toss with her hands and walked into the party with a firm step. She said hello to Luciana and asked about the monkey. Luciana put on a secretive look and whispered in Rosaura's ear, He's in the kitchen, but don't tell anyone because it's a surprise. Rosaura wanted to make sure. Carefully she entered the kitchen, and there she saw it, deep in thought, inside its cage. It looked so funny that the girl stood there for a while watching it, and later, every so often, she would slip out of the party unseen and go and admire it. Rosaura was the only one allowed into the kitchen. Senora Inés had said, You, yes, but not the others. They're much too boisterous. They might break something. Rosaura had never broken anything. She even managed the jug of orange juice, carrying it from the kitchen into the dining room. She held it carefully and didn't spill a single drop. And Senora Inés had said, Are you sure you can manage a jug as big as that? Of course she could manage. She wasn't a Butterfingers like the others, like that blonde girl with a bow in her hair. As soon as she saw Rosaura, the girl with the bow had said, And you? Who are you? I'm a friend of Luciana, said Rosaura. No, said the girl with the bow. You are not a friend of Luciana, because I'm her cousin, and I know all her friends, and I don't know you. So what, said Rosaura. I come here every afternoon with my mother, and we do our homework together. You and your mother do your homework together? Asked the girl, laughing. I and Luciana do our homework together, said Rosaura very seriously. The girl with the bow shrugged her shoulders. That's not being friends, she said. Do you go to school together? No. So where do you know her from? Said the girl, getting impatient. Rosaura remembered her mother's words perfectly. She took a deep breath. I'm the daughter of the employee, she said. Her mother had said very clearly, if someone asks you, you say you're the daughter of the employee, that's all. She also told her to add, and proud of it. But Rosaura thought that never in her life would she dare say something of the sort. What employee? Said the girl with the bow. Employee in a shop? No, said Rosaura angrily. My mother doesn't sell anything in any shop. So there. So how come she's an employee? Said the girl with the bow. All right, so we're at the top of page 3. Continue reading. Read all the way to the end. It's going to be a bit of a surprise, so be sure and read to the end. Answer the question, what does the monkey symbolize? And to really understand and answer it, you have to be sure you read to the end and think about it. Once again, be sure and do all 4 parts. do quality work, and turn in your answer so you can get a good grade on this, replace a bad grade on a previous thing, and then get part of the work done for our semester exam. If you have any questions, be sure and message me and let me know, and I am here to help you. And remember, you are smart, confident, and successful. And also answer the discussion question. What does success mean to you? All right, have a great day. Hope to see you soon. Bye-bye.